Every sport we've covered so far in this series, soccer, basketball, volleyball, all shared one thing in common. That was 2 games in season as part of the typical model. Lacrosse is different. It is only one, so it's a different puzzle. And once we break it down, you'll understand why coaches break the week down the way they do. Now, men's lacrosse is actually one of the sports I have the fewest in-person experience with. I've been around other coaches again. It's been at universities, but it's not a sport that's at a lot of the major universities. I did my research. I've talked to some other strength coaches. I found some published research. So we're going to break this down based on what they do and using my experience to fill the gaps. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to Ryan Cotter at the University of Maryland. I've dealt with him in the past when I was working with soccer, and he was. But we're going to use what he's published for what he does in the gym as a strength coach for his lacrosse teams as some of our research-backed data. Now, 1 game per week means we're building the week around 1 peak, not 2. That changes how we're going to do things. Recover, build, condition, a second lift. We're going to sharpen, activate, and then it's game day again. Everything the week builds towards gets spent here on game day. And now, since we only have 1 game per week, the day after the game, Sunday, is going to be a recovery day. That gives us a full day to rest before the week really begins on Monday. Now, Monday's the furthest day from the next game, and this is where we're going to lean on Ryan Cotter's knowledge and what he published. We're going to get to the gym, and we're going to hit it hard. Cleans for power, trap bar deadlift for strength, bench press for some upper body, and those reverse lunges. It looks a lot similar to what we were doing with those other sports if you haven't noticed already. Every one of these has a specific reason. The hang clean, the trap bar deadlift, are hip-dominant movements. We need those to build power in lacrosse. As a player, generally is going to cover 3 to 4 miles a game with constant explosive change of direction, so that hip power directly supports the acceleration and deceleration the sport demands. And now the bench press plays double duty. It's obviously going to help us maintain our upper body strength, but it's also going to act as our auto-regulation for the session. If the weight a guy's using typically is moving a little bit slower, that's an indication he's a little more fatigued than he normally would be going into the week of training. And the reverse lunge isn't random either. It's a reverse lunge specifically because a forward lunge or walking lunge puts more stress through the patellar tendon, which matters over the long course of the season and a lot of high impact cutting. Outside of the gym, practice stays light. Film review, low intensity, some stick work. They're installing anything new for the week. You don't stack 2 hard sessions on the same day. And now Tuesday is probably the hardest day of the week, and it doesn't even have a lift. Strong chance a lot of coaches are going to run a full field scrimmage here, transition drills to get some high speed running, and live ground ball battles. And the week's 1 conditioning session, all sprint based on purpose. And in terms of on-field training sessions, this is, again, the furthest one from the next game. So coaches are going to utilize this to hit high-demand sprinting, change of direction, and intensity, just like some of those other sports we talked about. And now we go into Wednesday. Second lift of the week, same lifter, but different intent. Looking at barbell jump squats, front squats, some pull-ups, and some hip thrusts. The jump squat load sits at 20 to 30% of back squat max specifically because that's the range shown to produce peak power output. It's not a strength day. This is our power day. Now, Cotter prefers a front squat over a back squat, and I agree here. He wants that quad dominant movement, which is going to help his athletes get into a deep position. You start loading a back squat, a lot of those athletes are going to have the hip mobility to get deep, and then you start stressing out their lower backs. Our last one is that hip thrust, and it's deliberate too. It trains hip extension, moving the weight horizontally instead of vertically, which may carry over better to actual sprinting than a vertical style hip extension movement would. In terms of on-field practice, it stays moderate. Position-specific stick work, clearing and riding schemes, situational team concepts, but nothing at Tuesday's intensity. And now Thursday is where the taper starts. Practice, we're just going through walkthrough pace, light stick work, set plays rehearsed, no live contact. And then we move into Friday, and that's game day -1, which you would assume is the lightest day of the week. The coach is going to have you go through your final walkthrough at half speed, some light stick work only, just a little mental prep, nothing that costs too much energy. And if you're looking at schools you want to go to, one more thing worth noting before we move on in the video. Like some of the other sports in the series, lacrosse doesn't vary much by conference. The ACC and the Big Ten, 2 of the biggest conferences in the sport, both land on the same once a week, mostly Saturday pattern. And a lot of the ideas from this video come from one of the sport's best coaches ever. Bill Tierney, 6-time NCAA champion at Princeton, quotes, "You should be prepared on game day based on what you worked on all week in practice." And that's the structure. 1 game, 1 peak, and we're training all week long how we want to play in the game at the end of the week. And remember, this is all general info. I'm taking what I can find from multiple sources and compacting it into a general overview. Make sure you're doing your research, especially if you're in the process of trying to get recruited to one of these universities. Know what the game looks like, know what the training schedule is going to look like so you can start training early. Never settle with yesterday.